She looked for telephone wires. I see you are not. Never mind. If I hear anything, I'll come out and tell you. You mean if you hear anything before Harlan Cottery or Sheriff Jones? God will take care of your son. Shannon, too. You know, they really were a lovely couple, everyone said so. Sometimes the fruit ripens too early, and a frost kills it. Such a shame. Such a sad, sad shame. She shook my hand, a man's strong grip, and then drove away in her flivver. I don't think she realized that, at the end, she had spoken of Shannon and my son in the past tense. On Friday Sheriff Jones came out, driving the car with the gold star on the door. And he wasn't alone. Following along behind was my truck. My heart leapt at the sight of it, then sank again when I saw who was behind the wheel, Lars Olsen. I tried to wait quietly while Jones went through his ritual of arrival, belt hitching, forehead wiping, even though the day was chilly and overcast, hair brushing. I couldn't do it. Is he all right? Did you find him? No, nope, can't say we did. He mounted the porch steps. Line rider over east of Lime Bisca found the truck, but no sign of the kid. We might know better about the state of his health if you'd reported this when it happened. Wouldn't we? I was hoping he'd come back on his own, I said dully. He's gone to Omaha. I don't know how much I need to tell you, Sheriff. Lars Olsen had meandered into auditory range, ears all but flapping. Going back to my car, Olsen, Jones said. This is a private conversation. Lars, a meek soul, scurried off without demur. Jones turned back to me. He was far less cheerful than on his previous visit, and had dispensed with the bumbling persona, as well. I already know enough, don't I? That your kid got Harlcottery's daughter in the family way and has probably gone herring off to Omaha. He run the truck off the road into a field of high grass when he knew the tank was 'bout dry. That was smart. He get that kind of smart from you? Or from Arlette? I said nothing, but he'd given me an idea. Just a little one, but it might come in handy. I'll tell you one thing he did that we'll thank him for, Jones said. Might keep him out of jail, too. He yanked all the grass from under the truck before he went on his merry way. So the exhaust wouldn't catch at a fire, you know. Start a big prairie fire that burned a couple thousand acres. A jury might get a bit touchy, don't you think? Even if the offender was only 15 or so? Well, it didn't happen, Sheriff. He did the right thing, so why are you going on about it? I knew the answer, of course. Sheriff Jones might not give a hoot in a high wind for the likes of Andrew Lester, attorney at law, but he was good friends with Harl. They were both members of the newly formed Elks Lodge, and Harl had it in for my son. A little touchy, aren't you? He wiped his forehead again, then resettled his Stetson. Well, I might be touchy, too, if it was my son. And you know what? If it was my son and Harl Cottery was my neighbor, my good neighbor, I might have just taken a run down there and said, Harl? You know what? I think my son might be going to try and see your daughter. You want to tell someone to be on the peep for him? But you didn't do that, either, did you?